A lot of people feel like they're losing at life, and I just don't think that's true. I think they're actually winning, but they're winning the wrong game. And, when you're winning the wrong game long enough, then life starts to feel heavy and you feel unfulfilled. Somewhere along the way, whether it's from peer pressure, from parents, from college, society, we inherit these scoreboards, status, money, the type of job you're in, and you just start following that path, and you feel like that's success. None of these things are wrong per se, but when it becomes your sole definition of for yourself, that this external thing is what defines success for me, then that's bad. And you're never going to feel fulfilled in that case. And at the end of the day, we're trying to finish well. And you're never going to feel like you finished if you are driven by these external factors, these external expectations. Again, scoreboards, pace, approval. If that's your success, then you're going to feel like you can't finish. Now, most people don't wake up one day and decide they're going to play the wrong game. It just kind of happens. You kind of inherit it. You get your first job, and then there's a promotion. There's another position you think you want. There's more money. There's another job across the street. Whatever that is. And next thing you know, you're on that hamster wheel of life, that hamster wheel of success. And how do you get off that? And then you get one thing, and then the next job, the next promotion, the next raise, and you still feel like it's not fulfilling. And how to know that? This is exactly how I felt. I was always chasing the next thing and the next thing, and it was kind of a joke in our company. But I just want to be profitable our first year. That was 25 years ago. Let's just get to profit. We were profitable in about like 9 months. We had profitability. Well, then I wanted to do 600,000. Then I wanted to do 1 million. And I just was always chasing the next thing. And you can never feel satisfied. I never felt satisfied doing that. And I didn't. And nobody sits there when you're 25 and says, "Oh, let me build a life that I'm not going to enjoy." You think that's going to be enjoyment. And I think it does come, especially here in America, from seeing the billionaires and Jeff Bezos, on his yachts and all these billionaires. And it's even worse now with all the YouTube, influencers. You see, the 0.5% or whatever that are making a lot of money or appear to be making a lot of money online. And, we start chasing that and thinking that's going to lead to happiness, and that's going to lead to a life that you enjoy. So there's 6 pillars that I feel like make us where we're going to have a fulfilled life. The first pillar was purpose. Know why you're doing what you're doing. It's as simple as that. The second one is your financial health. That's building financial freedom so work supports life instead of consuming it. The third one is health. This is your energy, your fitness, your stamina, longevity. You don't lose dreams first. Take it from a 60-year-old who is kind of on the the lower or the backside of life now. You lose energy before you lose your dreams. So you can still dream, but you can't fulfill those dreams, without the energy and without the fitness. And I see a lot of people, kind of getting in my age bracket in the 50s and 60s, that they start losing the ability to fulfill dreams because they just don't have the fitness to do it because they didn't take care of themselves when they were younger. In some cases, it's bad luck, it's bad genetics, but a lot of times it's based on decisions that all of us make when we're younger. The fourth one is relationships, your family, your friends, your community. Success without strong relationships doesn't feel like success for very long. You don't have people to share with, family members. The fifth one is adventure, curiosity, fun, doing things that make you just remember why you're alive and enjoy life. And last, the sixth one is growth, continuing to learn, adapting, solving problems. Winning the right game doesn't mean life's going to get easy. You just get better problems. That sounds simple enough. This is where opportunity versus obstacle thinking matters. Obstacle thinkers are thinking, why is this happening to me? What is going on? Why is this happening to me? Where opportunity thinkers are thinking, what is this asking of me? What is the opportunity here? What can I do here? It's the same situation, but it's a different posture. One leads to resentment, one leads to growth. So you don't need a new life, you need a new scoreboard. When you win the right game, life doesn't feel perfect, but it feels meaningful and worth playing. So let's win the right game and finish well.